Guys, welcome back for another video. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be looking at all 15 of our Major League Baseball games we have coming up for Wednesday, June 18th. We're going to run through all these matchups, look at the lineup, the pitching, the hitting, and try to predict the outcome for every single one of our games today. Who's going to win, who's going to lose, what the final scores might be, and we'll also be taking a real in-depth look at our best bets, the money lines, the spreads, the over-unders. If you're a sports fan, if you're a baseball fan, this is the place. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you have any comments, do you agree with me, disagree, leave a comment down below. Let me know. I will make sure to respond to every single comment. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, look down at the pinned comment below, click on that link. You can sign up there, and guys, I would always definitely appreciate that. We're going over every game, every day, every week, this entire baseball season, and once the football season starts, that's NFL, college football. We also do the same thing for the football seasons. We do our predictions and best bets for every game, every week as well. That's why I said if you're a sports fan, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. But let's not waste any time. We have 15 games to go over. Let's get started looking at these matchups. Our very first game on MLB Network at 4:10 p.m., the 38-36 Boston Red Sox coming off a sweep of the Yankees here, riding that offense, fought their way back to 500. They want to keep that momentum going. They'll be facing off versus the 36-35 Seattle Mariners. This team used to be first place in the AL West, hit a little bit of a rough patch there, but their goal is recapture that momentum and get things back on track. Right now, Seattle a 43.7% chance to win this game. Boston a 56.3%. Right now, the Red Sox are 1.5 run favorites, 6.5 over-under. The Red Sox are minus 125. The Mariners are plus 105. But this game, honestly, it's going to be decided by the pitching. It is a really good pitching matchup, one of the best of the day. Right now, Boston, I did mention they have a really good offense. They are clubbing the ball. They are hitting the ball out of the ballpark at a really high pace. 4.8 runs a game. 253 average, 89 home runs, that's top 10 in baseball, 62 steals. Pitching's giving up 3.96 runs per game. The Mariners, though, they have the offense to practically match them position for position, 4.4 runs a game, 243 average, 90 home runs, obviously that's top 10, 71 steals, that's top 6 in baseball. And they're also giving up exactly 3.96 runs per game. These pitching staffs, very equal here. When we look at that pitching for this game, you have Garrett Crochet on the mound for the Red Sox, one of the best pitchers this season so far. Career 2.96 ERA. That's really good. This season, even better. 6-4 record, a 2.24 ERA, 96 win innings, 117 strikeouts. He's on pace for about 270 strikeouts this season. A lot of walks here. 28 walks in 96 innings, but he's keeping them from scoring. And then you also have one of those mainstays for Seattle, Luis Castillo. This guy, a 3.57 ERA. Great pitcher. One of the best Mariners pitchers. 4-4 record, a 3.29 ERA so far this season. 79.1 innings, 67 strikeouts, also 26 walks. Both these guys walk a lot of hitters, but both of them are having great seasons so far. This is one of those games where you can make a very strong case for this one to go either way, but I'm going to go with the Red Sox winning it, them covering the spread, and I'm going to go with the over here as well. And our second game is an NL East versus NL East matchup at 6:40 p.m. We have the 43-30 Philadelphia Phillies. This team, a hotter team right now. They're coming into this game second place in the NL East. They'll be facing off versus their NL East rival, the 29-42 Miami Marlins. The Marlins, you know, they can score some runs. The main thing holding this team back, though, has been the pitching. That's not the case for the Phillies. One of the deepest starting rotations in baseball. One of the best overall batting orders in baseball. Obviously, they have Schwarber right now, 22 home runs. They have Trey Turner hitting 306. When they get Bryce Harper fully healthy, this is a lineup that can really take off. Right now, Philadelphia, a 65.2% chance to win this game. The Marlins, a 34.8%. Right now, the Phillies, 1.5 run favorites, an 8.5 over-under. The Phillies are minus 130. The Marlins are plus 110. Right now, the Phillies, one of the best overall well-rounded lineups in baseball. 4.7 runs a game, 257 average. They have power, 75 home runs. They have speed, 63 stolen bases, and they're giving up 3.9 runs a game. Once they get their starting rotation fully healthy, in my personal opinion, I do think they have the deepest starting rotation in baseball. Key is when they're fully healthy. They're not fully healthy right now. And for the Marlins, I said, offense is not the problem. They're averaging 4.1 runs per game, hitting 252, 61 home runs, 54 steals. But they're giving up 5.03 runs per game. That is bottom 8 in baseball. They give up a lot of runs. They are at home here. They have a really bad starting rotation, and they don't have the bullpen to complement it. Looking at the pitching for this game, as of me making this video, we do not have a starter announced for the Marlins. I hate going into games a little blind here, not knowing all the variables. But as of right now, no starter for Miami. No matter who they roll out, though, they're probably going to give up a lot of runs. And for the Phillies, you have Ranger Suarez going, career 3.5 ERA. So far this season, what a great start to the season. 5-1 record, a 2.32 ERA, 50.1 innings, 44 strikeouts, only 2 home runs given up in 12 games. That's the numbers that I want to see. Give me Philadelphia to win this one. I have them covering the spread, and I'm going to go with the over in this game as well. And our next game is going to be at 6:40 p.m. We're going to have the 29-44 Pittsburgh Pirates. The season got away from this team really fast. They have actually pretty decent pitching. It is the offense completely limiting where this team can go. They'll be facing off first the 46-27 Detroit Tigers. One of the best teams in baseball this season. They have the offense, they have power, and they have a top 5 overall pitching staff as well as a top 5 bullpen. One of the more rounded teams in baseball. Right now, the Tigers, 78.6% chance to win this one at home. The Pirates, a 28.4%. If the Pirates win this one, it's going to be solely due to their pitching, keeping the score so low that it technically always gives them a shot to win this game. Right now, the Tigers, 1.5 run favorites, 6.5 over under. Detroit here is minus 290. Pittsburgh is plus 235. Really nobody, especially the fans and Vegas, is giving Pittsburgh a chance to win this game. Sometimes that scares you, though. Sometimes you're being set up for the potential upset. Right now, looking at the stats, you have the Pirates, one of the worst offenses in baseball, actually bottom 3 in baseball, 3.2 runs a game, 225 average, 50 home runs, 68 stolen bases, giving up 3.69 runs per game. I did mention they have really good pitching. The pitching will always give them a chance. Do not forget that. Tigers, though, well-rounded team, 4.8 runs a game, 251 average, 85 home runs. They have power. They don't have speed, only 27 stolen bases, but it's not keeping them from overall being able to score, and they're also only giving up 3.35 runs per game. Looking at the pitching matchup, for the Pirates, you have Andrew Heaney having a great start to the season, 3-5 record. He's pitched much better to only have 3 wins. The offense is limiting him, 3.33 ERA, 78.1 innings, 59 strikeouts, and Tariq Skubal on the mound for the Tigers. When this guy is on, he is one of the best pitchers in baseball. He's up there in the Cy Young contention right now. Career, about a 2.9 ERA so far this season, 7-2 record, a 1.99 ERA, 90.1 innings, 111 strikeouts, only 9 walks in 13 games, only 6 home runs in 13 games. That is what you call elite control. Give me Detroit to win this game to cover the spread, and I'll go with the over. And our next series, we have a National League matchup at 6:40 p.m. We're going to have the 15-57 Colorado Rockies on the road here versus the 30-42 Washington Nationals. Don't look, but Colorado's actually been playing pretty decent baseball the last 2 to 3 weeks. Yes, they have not been winning a lot of games. Yes, they're still on pace for like 135 losses, but overall they've been a lot more competitive the last 2 weeks. That's really all that you can ask for. Some building blocks going forward in the next season. The Nationals, a lot of very close 1-run losses. They are usually in these games down to the very end. They don't have a bad offense, but for this team, pitching has not been good this season. Right now, the Nationals, a 69.1% chance to win this game. Colorado, a 30.9%. Colorado, a bottom 5 overall offense in baseball. 3.4 runs a game, 224 average, 61 home runs. They don't have bad power, actually. 32 steals, but they give up 5.62 runs per game. That is either dead last or second to last in baseball right now. Let's just round that up to 6. They give up a lot of runs. That's the point. Right now, the Nationals, 4.2 runs a game, 239 average, 66 home runs, 58 steals, giving up 4.9 runs per game. That is not good at all, but it is still much better than the Colorado Rockies right now. Looking at the pitching, you have Jermaine Marquez on the mound for the Rockies, a 2-8 record, a 6.62 ERA, 1 full run over the overall awful Rockies ERA, 68 innings, 48 strikeouts. Check this out. 91 hits in 68 innings. He's putting way too many people on base. For the Nationals, they have Mitchell Parker, not having his best season either. 4-7 record, a 4.84 ERA, 74.1 innings, 50 strikeouts, 31 walks. He gives up a lot of walks, but overall, the Nationals are still the better team than the Rockies. Give me the Nationals to win this game, but I have them winning it by 1. So I'm going to go with the plus 1.5, and I'm actually surprisingly going to go with the under this game. And on Prime Video at 7:05 p.m., we're going to have the 34-37 Los Angeles Angels. This team gives up a lot of runs, but one thing they do, they hit a lot of home runs. They always have a home run hitter's chance in these games. They'll be facing off first the 42-29 New York Yankees right now. First place in the AL East. The Yankees, they want to get the offense back on track. They want to get the pitching going. Stanton's coming back this week. Hopefully that can ignite some momentum here. Right now, New York, a 69.4% chance to win this game. Los Angeles, a 30.6% chance to win this game. The Angels are the underdogs here. The Yankees, 1.5 run favorites, 9.5 over under. New York is minus 225. Los Angeles is plus 185. Right now, the Angels, 4.2 runs per game, 226 average, but it is the home run ability that gives them a shot here. If the pitchers aren't on, they can slug their way to a victory. 100 home runs, that is top 4 in baseball. 33 steals, giving up 4.82 runs per game. And for the Yankees, 5.3 runs per game. One of the best overall offenses in baseball. Obviously, mainly led by Aaron Judge, a 377 average, 26 home runs, 60 RBIs. As a team, they're hitting 256, 109 home runs. That's number 2 in baseball, just behind the Dodgers. 52 steals, giving up 3.61 runs per game. All of that is without their ace, Garrett Cole, and still one of the better starting rotations in baseball. Looking at the pitching, Jack Kakanowitz on the mound for the Angels, 3-8 record, a 5.53 ERA. That doesn't instill a lot of confidence in you there. 71.2 innings, 50 strikeouts, 33 walks. He's putting a lot of people on base. Ryan Yarbrough going for the Yankees, 3-1 record, a 3.96 ERA, 50 innings, 46 strikeouts, 8 home runs in 50 innings. That's a lot. I could honestly, you can see why the Yankees are the favorite in this game. They have the home run bats here, facing a pitcher that gives up some home runs. Call me crazy, guys, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to go with the Angels pulling off the upset here, going with the +1.5, and I'm going to go with the over. And our next game is at 7:07 p.m., the 36-35 Arizona Diamondbacks. They have an offense that is capable of winning any type of shootout versus anyone. They'll be on the road here versus the 38-33 Toronto Blue Jays. They had a great ending to the month of May. That offense finally got going. They finally got the bats going. That's what carried them back to 500. Now they're 5 games over 500. Right now, the Blue Jays, a 57.2% chance to win this game. The Diamondbacks, a 42.8% chance to win this game. Toronto right now, 1.5 run favorites, 7.5 over under. The Diamondbacks are +101. The Blue Jays are -122 in this game, but this is one of those games where, again, I could see either team walking away with the win. Right now, the Diamondbacks with that offense are averaging 5.1 runs per game, hitting 253, 102 home runs. That is top 4 in baseball, 54 steals, giving up 4.77 runs per game. And for the Blue Jays, that offense is hot also right now, 4.3 runs per game, 254 average, 70 home runs. That number is slowly starting to tick up. 38 steals, giving up 4.22 runs per game. Looking at our pitching, you have Eduardo Rodriguez on the mound for the Diamondbacks, 2-3 record, a 6.27 ERA, 56 innings, 60 strikeouts, a lot of hits here, 70 hits overall, putting guys on base. For the Blue Jays, they have Eric Lauer on the mound, 2-1 record, but a very small sample size so far, 2.37 ERA, 30.1 innings, 28 strikeouts, 10 walks overall. This is one of those games, logic, you see the Blue Jays with the hot bats. They have the better pitcher overall statistically going, but I think the Diamondbacks, they are due for a burst from that offense. Give me Arizona to win this game. I'm going to go with the +1.5, and I'm going to go with the over. And at 7:10 p.m., this game is practically really evenly matched here. The 36-35 Minnesota Twins on the road here versus the 37-35 Cincinnati Reds. A very close game here. Right now, the Twins second place in the AL Central. You have the Reds third place in the NL Central. Right now, the Twins a 40% chance to win this game. The Reds a 60% chance to win this game. Right now, Minnesota, they are 1.5 run favorites, 8.5 over under. Minnesota's -105. The Reds are -115. I like to call this game what it is. To me, this game is practically a pick 'em here. Very similar records, very similar statistics. Right now, the Twins, they had a hot month of May, 4.2 runs overall per game, 242 average, 74 home runs, 36 steals, giving up 3.86 runs per game. And for the Reds, the offense has been up and down this entire season. Right now, they are starting their trek back up, and pitching has been extremely consistent since opening day. Overall, they're averaging 4.7 runs a game, hitting 248, 82 home runs, 59 steals, giving up 3.84 runs per game. Looking at our pitching for the Twins on the mound, you have Bailey Ober going, usually an extremely consistent pitcher, but not the best the last 2 to 3 starts. Overall, 4-3 record, a 4.4 ERA, 73.2 innings, 57 strikeouts. A lot of walks here, 21 walks and 81 hits. He is putting guys on base versus the hotter Reds offense. And for the Reds, Nick Lodolo on the mound, 4-5 record, a 3.76 ERA, 79 innings, 70 strikeouts. I'm going to go with the Reds pulling off the upset here again, going with the +1.5, and I'm going to go with the under in this game. And a really good matchup, an NL East matchup at 7:15 p.m. This game is always a really fun matchup to watch. The 45-27 New York Mets, one of the best overall teams in baseball, one of the better offenses, well, one of the better offensive lineups, and the best overall pitching staff in baseball. They'll be facing off versus the 31-39 Atlanta Braves. They really need some momentum here. Who better to start it against than your arch rival, the New York Mets. You're at home right now. This is the place to really light that spark. Right now for the Braves, a 71.1% chance to win this game versus the number one NL East team, the New York Mets, at 28.9% chance to win. The Braves, the Vegas favorites here, 1.5 run favorites, 8.5 over under. Right now, Atlanta, they're minus 185. The Mets are plus 155. Right now, the Mets, they finally have Soto's back going. That's a big deal. 1 through 3 is stacked. Lindor, Soto, Alonso. If they can get 4 through 9 going, this is a deadly lineup. And like I mentioned, the number one overall team ERA pitching-wise in all of baseball. Number one bullpen, number one starting rotation. Right now, the Mets are averaging 4.6 runs a game, hitting 247, 91 home runs. They're starting to hit a lot more home runs. Soto's starting to get hot. 59 steals, giving up 2.97 runs per game. That's number one in baseball, and it's number one by a comfortable margin. Right now, the Braves, they have their best hitter back in Acuna. They have their best pitcher back with Strider. Now's the time. 4.1 runs per game, 245 average, 76 home runs, 37 steals, giving up 3.76 runs per game. That number's slowly starting to come down week by week. Looking at a pitching matchup, Paul Blackburn on the mound here versus the Mets. An extremely high career ERA. So far this season, 0-0 record, 6.75 ERA, which is pretty close to his team average for his career. 9.1 innings, 6 strikeouts, 14 hits in 9 innings, 2 walks, 0 home runs given up. He's going up against one of the best to do it, Chris Sale, the reigning Cy Young winner. Had a rocky start to the season. Since then, he's been practically unhittable. 4-4 record, 2.79 ERA, 80.2 innings, 107 strikeouts, 7 home runs in 14 games. That's a home run every other game. You cannot complain about that. This guy is elite. He's going up against the Mets. He's going to have his best day. Give me Sale. Give me the Braves to win this game to cover the spread. And I'm going to go with the over. I don't like the Blackburn matchup here. And at 7:35 p.m., we have the AL East versus AL East matchup. We're going to have the 30-41 Baltimore Orioles here. Younger team, bad pitching, but at least they can hit some home runs. They'll be playing the 40-32 Tampa Bay Rays. This game is in Steinbrenner Field, if you want to call that home field advantage for the Rays. But one thing about the Rays, their offense has been scorching hot the last 3 to 4 weeks, and their pitching has been one of the best in baseball for the last month. What I'm saying is this is not a team that you want to play right now. Right now, the Rays, a 63.6% chance to win this game. Baltimore, a 36.4% chance to win. Tampa Bay, 1.5 run favorites, 9.5 over under. The Rays are minus 130. The Orioles are plus 110. Right now, looking at this game, this is a game with Baltimore, their offense is slowly starting to tick up statistical-wise. 4 runs a game, 241 average, 81 home runs. I did mention they have a lot of power, but they have to compensate for the amount of runs they give up. 51 steals, giving up 4.89 runs per game. And for the Rays, 4.6 runs a game, 248 average, 75 home runs. They have power, but it's the 97 steals. That is top 2 in baseball. Extremely aggressive team on the base pass. Smaller market team. They know how to generate runs. They know how to get their runners in scoring position. That cannot be underestimated. And they're also only giving up 3.45 runs per game. Looking at our pitching, Trevor Rogers on the mound here for the Orioles, but a very small sample size from him so far this season. 0-0 record, a 0 ERA, but it's only been 6.1 innings, 5 strikeouts, but still great start to the season for him. Taj Bradley on the mound for the Rays. Career is in the 4s. Right now, a 4.35 ERA, 4-5 record, a 78.2 innings, 71 strikeouts, but I'm going to go with the hot hand. I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Rays to win this one. I have them covering the spread, and I'm going to go with the over this game. And at 7:40 p.m., we're going to have the 37-35 St. Louis Cardinals. Not playing their best baseball the last 2 to 3 weeks, but overall still a good start to the season. They are still within striking distance in their division. Right now, they're 4th place in the NL Central. They're going up against the 23-49 Chicago White Sox. Yes, that's an awful record. Yes, they lost 121 games last season, but overall, believe it or not, very scrappy, competitive team. A lot of very close losses. They are usually in this game down to the very end. Right now, the White Sox, a 39.9% chance to win this game. St. Louis, a 60.1% chance to win. Right now, the Cardinals, 1.5 run favorites, 8.5 over under. St. Louis is minus 185. Chicago is plus 155. Looking at these teams, St. Louis, they obviously have the better offense. They're averaging 4.6 runs a game, 255 average, 66 home runs, 39 steals. Pitching, kind of a little cold right now, but overall, we know the talent's there, giving up 3.99 runs per game. Chicago, the biggest thing holding this team back from being closer to 500 would be their hitting. One of the worst hitting teams in baseball, 3.4 runs per game, 222 average, 55 home runs, 51 steals. At least it's balanced, giving up 4.13 runs per game, but there's a lot of pressure on that pitching to keep the score low so that their offense has a chance to score just enough runs. And looking at the pitching, Sean Burke on the mound for the White Sox, 3-7 record, a 4.71 ERA, 70.2 innings, 54 strikeouts, 33 walks. That's practically a walk every other inning. And for the Cardinals, the extremely consistent Sonny Gray, throughout his career, about a 3.5 to 3.6 ERA. So far this season, 3.84, 7-2 record, 79.2 innings, 85 strikeouts. Pretty much as long as he's not pitching for the Yankees, you usually get the same pitching performance week in and week out. Give me St. Louis to win this game to cover the spread, and I'm going to go with the under this game. In this next matchup, guys, make sure to check the line once we get closer to the game because these are some pretty outrageous numbers to me right now. At 8:05 p.m., we have an NL Central versus NL Central matchup. The 39-34 Milwaukee Brewers, one of the hottest teams in baseball. They're scoring runs, they're pitching well, but they are facing one of the overall best teams in baseball, the 44-28 Chicago Cubs. Right now, the Brewers, second place in the NL Central. The Cubs, first place in the NL Central. So the number one versus the number two. Right now, the Cubs heavy favorites here. 67.8% chance to win this game. The Brewers a 32.2% chance. And what I could find from the lines, that's to me where it got kind of a little crazy. Right now, the Cubs 1.5 run favorites, 9.5 over under, but the Cubs were minus 250 favorites here. The Brewers plus 220. That didn't necessarily make sense to me, so revisit this as we get closer to game time. Looking at our teams here, we have the Brewers, the hot offense, 4.3 runs a game, 236 average, 65 home runs, 89 steals, extremely aggressive team on the base pass, but they are the hot team. They know how to get their guys to score, giving up 3.78 runs per game. They can hit and they can pitch. Very dangerous combination, but so can the Cubs. One of the best overall offenses in baseball. 5.3 runs per game on average. That's top 10 in baseball. 97 home runs, that's top 5 in baseball. 90 steals, that's top 5 in baseball. They have power and they have speed, and they also have pitching, giving up 3.57 runs per game. Just one of the more rounded teams in baseball. Looking at our pitching, for the Brewers, Jacob Misiorowski on the mound, 1-0 record, but again, a very small sample size, only 5 innings so far, 5 strikeouts. Jameis Talon on the mound for the Cubs, about a career 3.9 ERA. This guy's been in big moments before, pitched in big cities. So far this season, 7-3 record, having a really solid season so far. 3.48 ERA, 82.2 innings, 65 strikeouts, only 16 walks in 82 innings. That's pretty good control there. Give me the Cubs to win this game to cover the spread, and I'll go with the over here. And then at 8:05 p.m., we have two of the better pitching teams in baseball. We have the 34-38 Kansas City Royals playing some really sloppy baseball the last 2 or 3 weeks, but it is mainly around their offense. They cannot score runs to save their life, and they are dead last in total team home runs. They'll be facing off first. The 36-36 Texas Rangers finally fought their way back to 500. The offense is actually starting to hit. This offense has been cold since opening day. One of the better offensive lineups in baseball, but the bats have just not been swinging. Right now, they are starting to get hot, and they have a top 5 overall pitching team to complement it. Right now, the Rangers a 59.6% chance to win this game. The Royals a 40.4% chance to win. The Royals, the Vegas favorites here, 1.5 run favorites, 7.5 over under. You have KC coming into this game minus 135, and the Rangers are plus 115. Right now, KC, a bottom 3 overall offense in baseball, 3.3 runs per game, 250 average, 46 home runs. I did mention that is dead last in baseball. 56 steals, giving up 3.44 runs per game. This team can pitch. They just need some run support, and this team would be well over 500. Right now, Texas fought their way back to 500. They're averaging 3.7 runs a game, 229 average, 76 home runs, 62 steals. They got to get that offense up to about 4.5 runs a game, but they are only giving up 3.11 runs per game. Looking at our pitching, Chris Bubic on the mound for the Royals. He's been one of the best this season. He just can't get run support. They cannot score runs when this guy gets the nod on the mound. 5-4 record, a 1.92 ERA, a sub 2 ERA, and he only has 5 wins right now, and it's almost the All-Star break. 79.2 innings, 82 strikeouts, only 3 home runs given up in 14 starts. Amazing number so far. Please, guys, help this guy out. Get him some run support. And Patrick Corbin on the mound for the Rangers. Out of nowhere, one of the comeback player of the year so far right now. He had, I think, the last 5 seasons, an over 5 ERA. He has ended that this season, basically back to 2018, 2017 form. 4-5 record, 3.66 ERA, 66.1 innings, 49 strikeouts. He's not striking out guys like he used to, but he's not letting them score, so that's really all that you can ask for. I'm going to go with the Rangers. You can make a very valid, strong case for the Royals to win this. I just in no way trust their offense and their run support. I feel bad for Chris Bubic. Give me the Rangers to win this game, going with the plus 1.5, and I will go with the over. And we have some of our late ones coming up here at 9:45 p.m. We have the 35-35 Cleveland Guardians. This team was well over 500 3 weeks ago. They've lost a couple series. Now they are sitting exactly at 500 versus the 41-31 San Francisco Giants. Second place in the NL West, which is one of the deepest divisions in baseball. Right now, the Giants, they can hit, they can pitch. They have a 62.8% chance to win this game. The Guardians, a 37.2% chance to win. The Giants are 1.5 run favorites. The over in here is 7.5. Cleveland, they're plus 125. San Francisco is minus 150. But this game is really honestly going to come down to the pitching and which starter can go the deepest into this game, save their bullpen. Right now for the Guardians, they're averaging 3.9 runs a game, 232 average, 72 home runs, 56 steals, giving up 3.99 runs per game. And for the Giants, they're averaging 4.3 runs per game, 233 average, 70 home runs, 42 steals. Practically identical numbers here with the Guardians. And they're only giving up 3.27 runs per game. That's a top 5 overall pitching team, and they have a really good bullpen. Looking at our pitching, you have Logan Allen on the mound right now for the Guardians. 4-4 record, a 4.28 ERA, 61 innings, 46 strikeouts against Justin Verlander. Seems like this guy's been pitching for 3 or 4 decades at this point. He's about 65 years old. He is still winless at this point of the season. Can someone please give one of the best pitchers in modern baseball history his first win of the year? 0-3 record, a 4.33 ERA. Pitching much better than the way that he started the season. 52 innings, 41 strikeouts, only 8 home runs. We need Justin Verlander back to Justin Verlander form because it's a fun thing to watch. Give me the Giants to win this game to cover the spread. I'm going to go low scoring here. Going to go with the under. And our second to last game is at 10:05. We have the 41-31 Houston Astros. First place in the AL West. They finished last month as hot as any team in baseball. Clawed their way back from under 500. They're now 10 games over 500. Versus the 30-44 Athletics. This game is in Sacramento, minor league stadium, so there could be a lot of home runs here because it is a smaller ballpark. They do hit a lot of home runs, but they're one of the worst pitching teams in baseball. Right now, the A's a 34.9% chance to win this game. The Astros, the veteran experienced Astros, a 65.1% chance to win. Houston's 1.5 run favorites, 9.5 over under. The Astros are minus 165. The Athletics right now are plus 140. Looking at these teams, the Astros, they're the veteran team. They know how to win in big moments. And one thing they've had for the last decade has been really good pitching. And again, they have that this season. They're averaging 4.1 runs per game, 253 average, 69 home runs, 43 steals, giving up 3.43 runs per game. That is 2 runs less than the Athletics. That's how bad their pitching is. Right now, the A's 4.3 runs a game, 254 average, 90 home runs. They can hit some home runs. That's one thing they have going for them. 41 steals, but they are giving up 5.48 runs per game, which is over 2 runs more per game than the Astros are giving up. And looking at our pitching here, Valdez on the mound for the Astros, left-handed pitcher. When he's on, one of the best pitchers in baseball. Had a rocky start to the season. Since then, he has been on point. 7-4 record, a 3.1 ERA, 90 innings, 96 strikeouts, only 6 home runs in 14 games. Luis Severino, the veteran on the mound for the A's. When he's on, he's a pretty good pitcher. He can eat some innings, but he has not had it consistently this season. 2-6 record, a 4.47 ERA, 90.2 innings, 61 strikeouts. Still, only 6 home runs given up, but overall, he's giving up a lot of runs in general. Give me the Astros to win this one, to cover the spread, and I'll go with the over. And a really fun one to end it, our final game on MLB Network. If you are up, definitely make sure to watch this. At 10:10 p.m., we have the 39-32 San Diego Padres, third place in the NL West, versus the first place in the NL West, the 44-29 Los Angeles Dodgers. The best overall roster in baseball, but they are banged up. 15 pitchers on the DL. But they're still finding ways to win. Right now, LA, 61.2% chance to win this game. San Diego, a 38.8%. And we know the history here. These teams hate one another. The fan bases hate one another. Right now, the Dodgers, 1.5 run favorites, 9.5 over under. LA, they're minus 180. San Diego's plus 150 here. Looking at the team lineups, you are starting to get Fernando Tatis back to being hot. You need that with Machado. This is a really good lineup, 4.2 runs per game, but they are capable of much more than that. 249 average, 60 home runs, 53 steals, giving up 3.49 runs runs per game. And they have a really good starting rotation, and they have a really good bullpen. They are more than capable of potentially making that wild card round of the playoffs. And right now, the Dodgers, the best team in baseball when they're healthy, 5.5 runs per game, 264 average. They lead baseball in home runs, 112 home runs, 42 steals, giving up 4.18 runs per game, which isn't bad considering the fact that they've had 15 pitchers on the DL. That is crazy. Looking at our pitching, Stephen Collick on the mound for the Padres. Great season so far. 3-2 record, 3.5 ERA, 46.1 innings, 34 strikeouts. We have Emmett Sheehan on the mound for the Dodgers, has yet to pitch this season. Could be a little rusty here going up against the veteran Padres. So I'm going to go upset. I am going to go with Collick. I'm going to go with the Padres to pull off the upset here, going at the +1.5, and I'm going to go with the under this game because I still respect the Dodgers bullpen. Guys, that's our breakdown. That's our predictions and best bets for all of our baseball games coming up for Wednesday, June 18th. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. If you have any comments, by all means, drop them below. I will make sure to respond to every single one of them. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, make sure to click on the pinned comment down below. Sign up there. I would definitely appreciate that. And of course, guys, thank you as always for watching.